Hey guys, my name is Sam. I'm a picker, I'm a grinner, I'm a lover, and I'm a sinner. I read tarot and the sun, and sometimes here for you on YouTube. All right, let's hop right in. I've got some excellent cards for you today. Right off the bat, we got some D&D cards. Let's see who I'm talking to, what's going on for you. Watery sphere. Oh, so you might live on Earth. Just kidding. Do we need more of these? All right, let's get a spread. Summon greater demon. Interesting. More? Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get some more cards. I've got some chakra cards here, and we're gonna get the entirety of this message out before I start gazing into the watery sphere. All right, the root chakra, Muladhara. This chakra is located near the perineum and establishes us on the earth. It is associated with grounding, deepening, and connecting to the environment. All right. We're going to pull a card or two from my storybook deck. Spider-Man, living life as Peter Parker. You rushing around, Spider-Man? Are you balancing too many things? Oh. I think this is a grounding message. Do we need more of these? I'm going to keep pulling. Snow White after eating the apple. Aw. Someone needs a bit more sleep. More? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I'm just getting a really sweet energy from this, like someone on your team, someone on the other side, just wants you to rest, to ground. So you might be have a tendency to get very in the upper chakras. Like you're very magical and ethereal, very high vibrational, but you can't reach your potential until you ground a bit more. This Spider-Man living life as Peter Parker card, this is about like people don't really understand the spiritual journey of the hero that we go through and how much it takes out of us, and just how much energy this takes. We might not realize it ourselves. Okay, strangely, I think the watery sphere plus summon greater demon. These are card number 4, by the way, both of them, in case that's meaningful to anyone. So there's a reminder here that this card is also about, like, we chose to live a human life. That includes the mundane. You incarnated on Earth for an earthly experience. And there might be a sense that you want to kind of escape and float out of your body, and do that ethereal, high vibrational, good stuff. I'm right there with you. It's earthy practices, although I am called to them, are more, they feel less natural to me. It's not my tendency to seek out embodied practices, bodily practices, earthy practices, or the ones that ground me. But I couldn't do this, guys, if I weren't grounded. What would come through would be hot garbage, and I would be, like, my apparatus would be fried. So there's a reminder here that you are spending time on this watery sphere of ours. And this entails living an earthy life in this primate body. And then, yeah, the summon greater demon, I'm just getting, is your highest self. There's some aspect of that I'm missing. Do I need to read this? Okay, yeah, something about 4D. Okay, so if you want to, my sense is you're someone who's working towards quite a bit of spiritual attainment. Your spiritual practice is a deep one. You are grounding in the higher dimensions into this one, or it is your aspiration to do so. And there's just a reminder here that you can't do that. Like, your tree branches can only extend up as high as your roots go deep on this earth. It's we're in a heavy density, and we need to be grounded in order to ground in the higher dimensional energies that we need to be a grid worker, a light worker, however you identify. This earthy stuff is really important. And there may be a reminder that you, this card just comes out to say you need a good sleep. So if you haven't banked some solid Z's in a minute, if you're like, Sam, the veil is thin, I got to make the most of this, man, I hear you. But you are being guided to get some deeper rest. So if you need to, take some melatonin, right? This is a natural, is it a hormone that your body produces? You can supplement it, in a pinch. Drink some soporific teas, some herbal teas, and do what you need to bank some hours. Yeah, that's it from that card. But there's a reminder here that, hey, look, Charlie Bucket, take it easy. This isn't a race. You have all the time in the world, because the thing about Charlie and the chocolate factory is he's pure of heart. He's already inherited the chocolate factory. He's already won. He already is everything he needs to be in the eyes of Willy Wonka. in the eyes of your highest self, your spirit team, whoever you're working with. You're doing great. You're right on track, right? And there's this reminder that you have answered the call. You're pure of heart. and you shine the light of love to brighten this world. But in order to continue doing so, you have to be in this beautiful vessel a little bit more, and truly, like, I always get a little frustrated when someone tells me, like, you have to take better care of the vessel, like you have to be more cognizant of the vessel. But in this sense, like, we can see the bodily stuff as completely separate from the spiritual stuff. But to live a life as a human is to incorporate and swirl both of those together, like I'm just thinking like a chocolate vanilla soft serve. Oh man, that's my favorite. I don't know why anyone goes for the vanilla or the chocolate on its own when they could have chocolate vanilla swirl. You know what I mean? And that's what you're here to experience, that beautiful swirl on this watery sphere. All right, I think I have sufficiently mixed enough metaphors here, Spirit. What's next? Some of these? Crystal cards? Okay, cool. Yes, our metaphors are nicely mixed for this cocktail. Yeah, so if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen these cards before, first off, welcome. What a way to start, right? Not a tarot card in sight. I do have a deck down here, but we've got some oracle cards. We got D&D. We got a little bit of everything. These are crystal cards, so some beautiful crystals photographed in some beautiful places, and they give us some earthy messages. That's what we're here for today. Some earthbound messages for our highest good. This one? Zircon. Anything else? Sunstone. More? Okay, these two. So attune to these energies while I scan the backs of these cards for what is significant for you. Okay. From Zircon, balance your physical and spiritual life. Don't be frightened to stop. Attend to a niggling health concern. Treat yourself to something small that will add beauty to your life. Okay, so I wasn't getting much confirmation for the health concern. So if you heard that, don't worry about that too much. But if we don't ground a little bit more, if we don't sleep a little bit more, that could be down the road. So just remember to, like we're saying, balancing the vessel and the spirit, the physical, the spiritual, the earth and the heavens. Don't be frightened to stop. Yeah, there's that Charlie Bucket energy again of like, this wouldn't come out unless, because, higher dimensional folk, time is not the same. They see that you've already done it, that you are doing it, that you have done it, it is done. Everything is happening in perfect timing. Don't be afraid to stop and rest. And treat yourself to something small that will add beauty to your life. I'm again getting the soft serve ice cream cone, guys. I don't know. Someone here needs some soft serve. That is not a health recommendation. No one technically needs soft serve. I'm a child of the universe, connected to the earth and the stars, dancing in step with the world. I love that. Sit on the earth and look up at the stars. This is a perfect card. The black and the white here, highlighting these messages that have been coming through. The soft serve energy here, guys. I might just be hungry. Let's read the Sunstone card. Okay, 2 messages from this one for you. First one, be creative. That's the whole bullet point. Be creative. I feel my life growing, expanding, and thriving. So you're sitting between the heaven and the earth as this beautiful conduit, the stardust that contains both energies and flows them through them. And this heavenly energy, this earthly energy, what do you create with it? How do you flow it out of you to make the world more beautiful? Next step up from this root chakra, as we draw up the energy, is straight into the sacral. The sacral has been hugely important for my journey. And sometimes it'll just light up. Like sometimes my guidance will just like, it's like a punch in the gut, be like, ding, ding, ding. You have to create. You have to flow this energy. And sunstone is a really good one for bridging the sacral and the solar plexus as well. So this is a message about like, I feel like you got the top down. You're flowing the celestial down to the earth, but what you also have to do is flow the terrestrial up to the heavens. This is actually a huge part of what I do to tune in as I draw down energy from above, energy from below, and create a conduit between them as it flows up, right? And down through me. And I've thought about filming that and posting it. Stay tuned. Let me know in the comments if that would be useful to you, like how I tap in, that practice, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And it really helps. It really helps, the swirl on the soft serve get going. Cool. Archangels? Yeah. These rarely come out, but I love them so much. This is the Archangel Fire Oracle by Alexandra Wenman. Shekinah. Oh my gosh. Right after I was talking about how I ground and tune in, the Shekinah is like the feminine presence of God, the feminine force of God, of spirit, of source. And as part of spiritual protection, as I do this, because it's truly channeling, bringing through these messages, the protection I put around myself is 4 archangels and all around the Shekinah, this like ethereal stardust, this feminine presence. Are we doing a spread with these? We are. Oh, wow. We got a Christiel. Big Jesus energy. Christ consciousness. More? Chamuel. I'm going to sit with it. I am going to sit with this for a second. Hang on, guys. All right, we got it. So in this spread, it's always good to see in which direction the action is moving from the direction that people are facing. So you'll see the Shekinah here and Chamuel, both sort of gently converging on Christiel here in the middle. So without having read from the book, I think just intuitively, what we've got on this end is a Mother Earth energy. Old, wise, unconditionally loving, ancient, beautiful, receptive, giving, below as compared to above. Lower chakras, earth connection. And over here on the right, what we have with Chamuel is a very ethereal energy, angelic, high vibrational, high dimensional, celestial energy. With the birds, these are celestial messengers, right? So that's the above. The branches and leaves of the world tree, and the roots and base of the world tree. And what do we have in the middle? The human realm, Midgard. We have, in terms of between the upper chakras and the lower chakras, what are all three of these images pointing to? They're pointing to the heart center. And you see this light around Christiel. From this, I just get, this is all the colors of the rainbow, right? This is the, I'm asking if like it becomes too egregious to say this, but this is where the chocolate and the vanilla swirl happens. You can see it with his robes, guys. Soft serve swirl. So this is where the above and the below meet, is in the heart space. And there's a reason why in Tolkien's books, all of the characters say, my heart tells me, right? It's because this is the place of intuition, the seat of intuition. This is the place where the above meets the below. They converge. It's like the soul center, the kingdom of God, the heaven within, where the as above, so below intertwine, the as within, so without meet. The heart center is everything, especially if we're talking about Christ consciousness. Let's talk about Christ consciousness really briefly. What is Christ consciousness in a higher dimension? What is Christ consciousness if you aren't a human being in a human body? Possibly just consciousness, right? The whole point, not the whole point. A big thing about Jesus is how he is a human. And he lives a human life, despite being very, very high vibrational, very familiar with the upper chakras. He also is a very earthy dude. Things like sandals and a beard. Yeah, so there's encouragement here that, like, you are interested in spiritual attainment, rightly so. That's righteous. Jesus would approve. But you cannot ground in Christ consciousness without the Christ part, the human part, the earthy part, the part that is connected to the ground, that keeps you from floating away. The whole in the world but not of it. This is the part that keeps you in the world. And presumably, if you're interested in holding this energy, you're interested in making the world a better place. And unless we ground that energy, that beautiful celestial energy, into the vessel and into the earth. We can't touch others in the same way. Like Jesus touched others with the lit up hands, right? Just side message for someone, there may be something about like Reiki or energy healing here. We can energy heal with more terrestrial energies from below or more celestial energies from above. Reiki is more of an above one, and then some of the traditional healing modalities that are more closely connected to shamanism in different cultures and the different forms that it takes, those are more terrestrial energies. All right, cool. Tarot? No. We're good? Advice? Okay. More archangels? Okay. D&D cards. D&D cards it is. Shadow of Moil. More? Vitriolic Sphere. More? Oh, Spirit, you do like to challenge me. Rereading from either of these? So, Shadow of Moil is 4th level necromancy. The material needed is an undead eyeball encased in a gem worth at least 150 GP. A seeing stone? Yes, okay, I'm getting confirmation for that. Shadow of Moil is about some sort of seeing stone. And then the vitriolic sphere. Okay, so okay, took me a minute, but I'm there. I got it. So we were talking about the heart as the center of intuition, right? This is kind of a seeing stone. Each one of them is holding this crystal to their heart. But the vitriolic sphere here is about kind of like a drop of giant slug bile. Each creature in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes acid damage and More acid damage at the end of its next turn. On a successful save, a creature takes half the initial damage and no damage at the end of its next turn. So there's a reminder here that, like, when we're not grounding excess energy into the earth, what we get is a dirty seeing stone, essentially. Like, with the body being a physical vessel and containing these chakras, these energetic centers that are necessary for our spiritual work, there's a lot of cleansing that we need to do with the earth. Okay, there's some aspect of this that I'm not getting. They may have gone a little bit too metaphorical with me here. This is a good reminder, right? Like, until my higher dimensional abilities are more refined, this needs to be communicated to me in a way that the physical vessel can understand, the human mind can grasp, right? That's the necessity for these tools. Yeah, so go easy on yourself is something else I want to say. Like, you see me throughout this reading really slow down and be like, hey, just humble moments of like, I don't know what's going on here. Let me take a beat, rest, sit with this, and allow the vessel to comprehend what is already known and is just sort of like trickling through, right? All right, let's see what else. Do I need to pull from here? Oh, I just covered it in what I said. Yeah, okay. So there might be some impatience with the vessel. Like, why aren't I a more efficient radio to attune to spirit? And it's because, like, well, the radio is this physical device and things break down, and sometimes you got to take a break because there's a storm, like an energetic storm. So reception gets a little screwy and you have to adjust the antenna from time to time. And, oh, did you plug it in? Like, sometimes it's not your fault. Let me just throw that out there. Energy is not we kind of want to, like, rope energy and funnel it through us and make it do our bidding. And sometimes it's just like, nah, the physical vessel is not there to do it today. It's not a willpower thing, I think, is the message to leave on. Yeah, someone is trying to, like, not muscle your way through this, but just, you're like, I'm dedicated, I'm determined, and spirit knows I am. And trust me, spirit knows you are. There's just a reminder here that you're going at 5D, 4D speeds, and your body is still, and to a degree always will be moving at 3D speeds. And there's a reminder here to lean into Mama Earth, that feeling when you stick your hands into, like, really fertile soil. Yeah, just do that with your whole body. Just sink in to your bed, sink in to the ground. Imaginally send your roots down to the core of the earth. and allow your energy to interface with hers. I have another channel that I always link in the description box with a grounding subliminal that may be useful to you. It's very much about connecting with the earth, but also being this conduit between celestial and terrestrial energies, receiving and allowing both to flow through you, and understanding the need for rest and connection with the earth. So check that out if you feel called, but I don't feel there's any urgent advice here to relay. It's just that someone just needs this reminder, and you know it already, but I understand. I get caught up in the same thing where these celestial energies feel natural to me. It's where I like to reside, and I can get a little bit carried away and not want to go to bed. So if you're watching this right now, check the time. Is it 2 a.m.? Is it 3 a.m.? Should you go to bed? Perhaps you should. And if it's easier for you, think of it as an act of compassion to all living things, but to yourself, to your body. It's part of the work. Taking care of yourself is part of this work that benefits everyone. And that includes the vessel. You know this, just a reminder. All right, guys, love you lots. If you're new here, would love to see you show up for future readings. This is beautiful energy. Thank you for doing this work to bring more Christ consciousness into this earth. I deeply appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next reading.